So it's about, I'm going to bring another word to the table, which is wholeness. So when you are in your peace self, you understand your wholeness. Now, what on earth am I talking about there practically? Okay. What is understanding wholeness? And I literally brought a practical exercise to both my clients, whether I was working with them individually or in teams back in the day before we could, well, when we could see each other actually physically, right? So I would actually write it on stones and ask them to hold this. But here's the three words that are about wholeness: job, talent, and person. We can know ourselves through these three identities of job, talent, person. Of course, now if I start with job, certainly we know job. The job is the thing we wake up and we're doing to crack it out in the world. Sometimes we absolutely love what we do and it's so great. And that can create a performance self trap because we love it so much. What would we be without this job? Sometimes we can't stand the job and we just feel lost and uh, we don't feel connected to the world because we're not in a job we like or whatever. But the job is just the job. It's what we're pouring ourselves into. But then the other piece of ourselves is talent. And to separate that out and understand talent. And talent is this transcendent vessel of who you are in terms of what you contribute. You know, job's what you're getting done to get paid, make a living, do what you're doing in the world. But talent is can transcend it. So, think I have a client. Interestingly enough, many of my clients come to me and they don't necessarily have a great language about their own talent outside a job because, they wrote resumes and, resumes look like basically performance inventories
they are
on jobs, specifically to a certain job so that you can get hired. But write a resume about what your talent is. It's so different. And see, let me give you a practical example. So I had a client who had an enormous, beautiful career, but he was feeling on edge. And so his talent is really being able to go into highly ambiguous situations and create a wireframe of very powerful order and get people aligned. So he was really good at being a change catalyst and stabilizing at the front end of change and being able to work really effectively. And he began to understand, we started to inventory everything he did situationally, that his talent always spoke. His talent was always clear. And he started to get a vernacular. I have one client, another one, that she's great at creating ecosystems for complex things. And those are now her words for what she can do with her talent. So we start to speak to our talent and see that as a transcending vessel. And that's really good in these days and times when jobs it can be all over the place. You're switching a lot's happening. And then person is who you are to be loved and to love in your life without the trappings of career and work. I read a beautiful article a client sent me, about a woman that I think, I'm trying to remember her name, Kate, I think she runs a US division of Microsoft. And she talked about knowing herself as a human, and the lessons she learned as a mom is what translated into her leadership. So person is what you do to just live your daily life is how you know yourself without all these things, and how you celebrate yourself, how you have compassion. And see, this is where all the other things need to click in. So when you're in your peace self, truly, you are really in a place of wholeness. You respect all three parts of that.